Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening. 迟到了。Sorry late by 10 minutes. Hey, am I live? Hello, 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 hello. I think I live already. Wait, share my personal page first. Wait, those who just come in, help like and share. Okay, today, 我 live 了没有啊？ If not, later own self talk to own self. Live ready, live ready. Wait, share my personal timeline first. Okay. Hello, hello. Good evening. Hello, everybody. Everything good? Hello, my wife. Hello, my long-term supporter. Okay, today's topic. Can see can see the pink dragon. Pink monster, pink dragon. Okay, today's topic a bit heavy. Those who can follow. Those who cannot follow, too bad lah. Watch a few more times. Maybe you can get it. Okay. Okay, so since the start of don't know when, I also don't know where is the exact year. Since the start of don't know when, whichever year it is starting from, we are able to use our CPF, right, to pay for our house. Okay, meaning to say, right, instead of the money being stuck inside your CPF, the government allows you to use your CPF to pay your house. Okay, so I'm not a CPF expert. I also don't want to get into the politics of CPF. Some people say is the money that you cannot touch all these things. Okay, so I don't want to go into all these. I just want to talk about how it affects our housing decision, how it affects our application and all these things. Okay, so if you do not know, right, CPF in your ordinary account, right, it gives you 2.5% per annum. Okay, so meaning to say, right, you leave your CPF money untouched in your CPF ordinary account, right, per annum it earns you 2.5%. Meaning to say, if you have 1 million, okay, 1 million, 2.5% is how much? 25,000. Wow, not bad. 2.5%. Right, even better than a lot of those savings accounts outside. Hey, hello, Vicky. Hello. Today, cute the background. Today talking something more serious. So I was talking about the CPF, right? If you leave the money untouched in your ordinary account, it gives you 2.5%. But because we can use it in our this so-called housing, right? So it has some implication. Okay, so without much further ado, let me quickly do a quick sharing. Okay, so what is CPF, right? So this is something that because these few years, right, or rather these past 2 years, I have met a lot of HDB owners whom, if let's say they have bought their houses, right, in maybe during up market 2012, 2013, 2014, that period of time, right, you can see that a lot of them, right, is probably facing this thing what we call a negative sale. What does it mean by negative sale, right? It means that your market price of the housing, right, minus off your outstanding loan, minus off your CPF usage, both the husband and wife, right? Husband and wife CPF usage, your money, right, is cannot cover one. Meaning to say it's a CPF money loss, so-called. Okay. So I don't want to go into the details of this particular article, but this article is very, very interesting to look at. If you have not understand it clearly, right, just read through a few more times. Even for myself, it also took me a while to understand what does this means all about. So look at this particular charting. You can see what I want to talk about. Maybe I pull up this thing bigger. Okay, is it better that way? Okay, I pull up as a new tab. Okay. So you can see, right, this so-called grant that you've taken during as a first timer when you buy HDB and all these things, right? If you plus 25 years, you can see the sale price of BTO flat selling at 360. So this is the line that they draw, right? 360,000. Okay, so at the beginning, when let's say illustration of 2018, you take the grant and all these things, right? Without doing anything, right, plus 25 years, right, you can see the compounding effect. Just based on the loan compounding effect, just based on the CPF ordinary account, the down payment use, additional CPF housing grant and everything, it will come to a point in this illustration is at the year mark of 15. All right, it will come to a point whereby you do not have any cash proceed anymore. All right, what does cash proceed means? Meaning to say, if let's say right after selling a house and everything, right, you expect to take out cash money from your house, right? The longer you delay, the longer you wait in terms of your selling of your house, right? The lesser cash proceed you will be able to see from your house. That is the reason why a lot of people, they realize this thing, right? At the 5-year MOP mark, when their HDB has gotten MOP, right? They want to quickly sell away their house, because that is when also a few things in mind. That is when you can get the most cash proceed from your house, number one. That is also probably if market as per normal, we're not talking about COVID situation or financial crisis. If let's say another second factor is that is also roughly the point of time where you will be able to get the highest price point for your HDB BTO, because it is still fresh, it is still new. All right. So just a couple of weeks ago, I brought a PR, a newly minted PR. They have already gotten 3 years already. So PR, right? They cannot buy BTO. PR, they can only buy resale HDB. So if they want to buy brand new one, they can only buy just recently 5-year MOP, because that is the newest that they can go for. Otherwise, they have to go for a private property already, which let's say if it's a family of let's say 3 or 4, right? Probably they will need at least a proper 3-bedroom. But if you take a look at condo nowadays, 3-bedroom easily 1.2 mil to 1.5 mil. I'm talking about mass market area. I'm not talking about Orchard or CBD area. I'm talking about a proper decent size 3-bedroom for a family to stay, right? Easily, we are talking about 1.2 to 1.5 mil for a 3-bedroom, right? Decent size one, all right? So if let's say these so-called PR or new citizens, they're coming into Singapore and all these things, if they want to buy affordable housing, the best way or the best form of affordable housing they can go for will be those recently 5-year MOP. So this will also form a part of the demand coming from them. All right. So these people, if they want to buy a brand new BTO, they can only buy from there. So I always have been encouraging people to take a good look at their housing, in terms of like, if let's say it's just a 5-year MOP housing, you really need to seriously consider what is the best plan moving forward. If let's say you are really happy staying there, your parents stay upstairs, your kid's school is just opposite, so there's a lot of strong factors that you still need to stay put in that location, right? My advice is probably you do not want to shift yet. All right, you can wait for maybe your kids finish your primary school or something, then you shift to another location. Right? So doesn't mean that die you need to cash out the money. You have to think of your current lifestyle and objectives. Okay, so this is just to show you the illustration of a compounding effect of a CPF accrued interest. It can be very scary if let's say you choose to do nothing and just wait and just let the years to run. All right, this is what it will happen. All right. So I also did a quick so-called maths. This one done based on the Excel sheet. So for example, today this young couple, for example, they bought their BTO say at 350,000. Okay, for example, 350,000 market price, probably they can sell it away at 500,000. For example, at the present moment, if let's say they still have about outstanding loan of 50,000, and their CPF usage in terms of the husband, H is husband, is 100,000, and then accrued interest roughly estimate 20,000. I just use a very basic form of calculation. So if let's say husband and wife, they both use about 240,000 in terms of their CPF, they still have about 50K outstanding loan. 5 years later, if they choose not to do anything, okay, if they choose not to do anything about it, what will happen is that their cash proceeds from the house, assuming 5 years later the outstanding loan has already been paid up already, is zero. So 500,000 minus away zero outstanding loan, minus away the husband accrued interest as principal for CPF use plus accrued interest. So I assuming husband and wife is still the same, both use the same amount. You can see that the cash proceed is at 228,462. All right, this is based on how much they can use. All right, so this is in terms of the cash plus CPF that they can take out from the existing house, 500,000. Okay, for example, plus if let's say husband has on hand cash of 120,000. Okay, 120,000 total funds available in scenario A, they have 620,000. Okay, so this is something that I want to share. A lot of people do not know. All right, especially if let's say right today you use a lot of money in terms of CPF inside your house, and you would want to, if let's say, for example, you have, this is only for people who are, how to say, people who are not so interested in investing and touching the financial market and all these things, right? I will always recommend them, hey, if let's say you totally never do any form of investment or savings or whatsoever, right? Every year end or every mid-year bonus, if let's say you got money, if you got cash money out of the your bonus, right? Don't be tempted to spend it on your year-end holiday. Don't go and buy brand new car. Don't go and buy branded bags and new watches and all these things. What you can do over here, right, is that you can do what we call a housing refund. Okay, what does a housing refund means, right? It means to say, right, whatever CPF that you use inside your house, right, you can use cash, right, to do a refund. Meaning to say, right, instead of using your CPF to finance the house, that means your CPF stuck inside the house, but then it will have the accrued interest. That means to say next time you sell your house, right, you get lesser cash. So in order to so-called stop that to happen, right, what you can do a partial refund or full refund. Okay, so this is what I draw out in terms of a scenario B. You can see over at scenario B, right, if let's say this person has 120,000 cash, instead of idling inside the bank account doing nothing. Anyway, nowadays the bank at most earn you how much? Even if you put the what multiplier, don't know what crap lah, all this kind of program, right? I think at most is only like 1 point something percent, right? 1 point something percent versus CPF accrued interest, ordinary account 2.5%. So instead of doing that, right? For example, you see this scenario B, husband 120,000, he do the so-called full redemption, full refund. Okay, so this one you can see 5 years later, scenario B, husband no more CPF in terms of husband account, no more CPF inside his account. Then in terms of the cash proceed, they can take out from the house 364,231, right? Total from the house is still the same amount, 500,000. All right, it's still the same amount. However, you can see in terms of this husband CPF ordinary account, right? It has again a bit of money. Okay, so you can see total funds available over at the bottom, right? Scenario A versus scenario B. If let's say this husband is disciplined enough and does not has any interest in the financial markets or stock market, right? He use all these cash money, right, to do what I call a CPF refund into the house. 5 years later, after they sell their house, right, this couple, husband and wife, they have 635,763. Why is that so? Because instead of the money, right, being stuck inside this house, it is you have to pay back to so-called pay back to your own account lah. But instead of this 135,769 being deducted from the housing, right, it sits in the husband's CPF ordinary account. Per year is earning 2.5% compounded interest. So, okay, this suggestion, right, is only, I repeat again, this suggestion is only for people who do not actively participate in financial market. Because if let's say today, if you go and do your own stock market investment, you do your own other form of investment, right, easily, I say easily, you will be able to make more than 2.5%. So this advice or so-called this suggestion, right, is for people who have no involvement or not doing anything for their money one. Of course, people will say, "Wow, John, you crazy? How would I have 120K cash lying around inside my bank?" Actually, if you realize, some of these people, some couples that or some clients I met before, right, their year-end bonus, wow, quite a big one. You see, if let's say your year-end bonus, of course, I don't ask you to be walao, so crazy lah. As put everything back into the CPF, then you like that a bit no life. That means you cannot really enjoy the money really, right? Of course, do your best because if let's say you really want to do this thing, right, you will be able to enjoy your benefit at a later day. Of course, the interest that I'm talking about over here is 2.5% based on the ordinary account. So this is just a quick illustration in terms of the numbers for you to take a look between a scenario A and a scenario B. Just 5 years of a difference, right? You can see these two difference, right? Based on 20,000 worth of CPF, right? These two difference, right, is a total of close to 16,000 difference. So 5 years, 16,000. 16,000 divided by 5 years, 3,000 per year lah. 3,000 per year. Hey, some, 3,000 sometimes also not that easy to make, So this scenario is for people, like I mentioned again, do not dabble into financial market, do not do any form of investment, then I would strongly encourage, if you get a very good sizable amount of your mid-year bonus or end of year bonus, you may consider do this thing. Okay, so how to do it over here? There's link over here, how to do a housing refund using cash. So if you're unsure, right, you can always either check with CPF direct. That will be the best person to ask. If not, you can ask me also, like I will show you the link and everything. So CPF is a very big topic. CPF can also get people very emotional. So I don't want to talk too much about it. I just want to dabble. I just want to touch in terms of the property. How does it impact your property? So over here, you can see over here what you need, what you can do already. So over here you can see they get over got a online demo. Click on this, all this thing, click start, how to do a refund. So meaning to say, I repeat again, meaning to say, right, you are using cash money, right, to put back into your house, okay? So that your house, next time, when you sell your house in the near future, you get your cash back, right? You will still get your cash back. It's just that you stop the CPF accrued interest from building up even higher amount, okay? So like I say again, I just want to be very, very, how to say, careful in terms of giving this advice, because some people, they say, hey, John, you anyhow advise people to do all these things, especially I think some property agents are also watching my video and all these things. So like I mentioned, everyone's scenario is different, okay? So if let's say your client or yourself, right, you got do your own stock investment or whatsoever, right, easily lah, I would say really easily lah, your cash money you can make more than 2.5% outside. Okay, even if you put inside the what STI ETF, I don't know what lah. Put all this into the savings account or something, you can beat 2.5%. Then you don't need to do this. Okay, so as I mentioned again, this thing, it will be helpful for people who don't want to have the compounding effect of CPF accrued interest. All right. So this article also touched on a lot of things that you should know lah as a HDB owner. Right, what is the costing and all these things, right? By making a cash view, see over this article got touched already. Next, avoid further accrued interest by making a cash refund. All right, that said, there is a way of making sure your sales proceeds don't go into the CPF upon selling. That is to do a cash refund. All right, so we refund. So this part is talking about already. Go ahead, download this form, complete. Don't need lah. Just now I show you already. You can do the refund online. Now more easy already. Don't need to mail the check and all these things lah. Okay. So this article later I'll post it up in terms of the comments box. Then you can take a read at it. Do understand this thing. If let's say today you are a HDB owner and you use a lot of CPF during your purchase of the HDB, please do read this article, as it will be very helpful for you to understand the current financial situation of your HDB. Okay. So yep, today I just want to quickly touch on about this pointer. Then if let's say, today very fast, I talk very fast today. If let's say today, if you all have any comments, have any questions to ask about, please feel free to type inside the chat box. I just want to quickly cover, maybe I draw lah. Draw maybe got more impact. Wait, I see how to draw. Okay, I draw. Okay, draw. Whiteboard. Actually, this one I mentioned before, but I don't read color. I use black color. Undo. Okay, I use. My drawing very. Never mind lah. Money, time. Singapore is like that. Everything we think about money and time. How much time I have left? How much money I have made? Okay, this one I use illustration. MOP maybe don't have so much money. Then for your MOP suddenly got money. Then it's The highest point is around here. Then you will stagnant a bit. Then maybe it will drop over time. Okay, the yellow color one is the sale price lah. Sale price. CPF use what color? CPF use red color lah, red color. So in the beginning, you use CPF. Then if you don't do partial refund, you will go higher up, higher up, higher up, higher up until here. Okay, this one is a CPF. Okay, then okay, use green color. Okay, use green color. Green color. my wife laughing at me. Okay, green color. MOP. 5-year MOP. 5-year MOP, green color. So you can see over here, you see, right? 5-year MOP, the pricing is usually, I'm just saying usually, 5-year MOP, your that is the sweetest to sell. Then this portion, right, is your cash proceed. Cash proceed. Cash proceeds. Okay. So like this, wow, use so many color. First time I use so many color. Okay, now use blue color. So this blue color dot, right, is when your sale price cannot cover your CPF usage really. Oh, you know what I mean, right? Meaning to say, right, you see, money. I repeat again. Yellow color is when you buy maybe the 5-room flat, maybe I say 350,000. That time you buy 350,000. First 5 years cannot do anything, right? First 5 years MOP. Then once you hit the 5-year MOP, suddenly maybe the pricing, I just say 550 for example, 550. All right. Then if let's say you don't sell starting the few years, there's not much impact because still fresh, still new. Your this housing is still new. So starting first 5 years, first 10 years, maybe not so much impact. Then after a while, you start to have a gradual drop already. Okay, it's normal. It's normal. So if let's say if you take a look at this chart, right, the longer you wait, your cash proceed becomes lesser and lesser. And the longer you wait, your CPF accrued interest becomes higher and higher. So you will come to a point whereby your this housing cannot cover already. That means over at this point, right, is negative sale already. Negative sale, use what color? Use brown lah. Use brown. 大便 use the shit color. This part is the negative sale. Negative sale. Can understand? Can understand the graph I draw? Agak lah. Can catch lah. Cannot catch, I also cannot help lah. Okay. Okay. So just want to quickly let you understand what's going on now, right? So if let's say you want to reverse this thing, you really love to stay in your current HDB, you want to reverse this thing, what you can do, you do a partial refund into your house. Then the CPF will be reduced. This thing will be reduced. So hopefully when the time when you still want to sell the house and all that, right, your money is still got some cash lah. So depending on when you do the refund, when you do the CPF refund. So this is what I'm trying to say for today lah. Okay? Can? Everything okay? Everybody happy? Can understand? I just put this chart up for a while for people to digest a bit. Okay? Have any questions? Just let me know. Have any comments? Just let me know. All right. This thing I really want to let people understand. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. If let's say if you choose to stay in that particular house or particular HDB for long term, right? This is something that will affect you. But of course, like I mentioned again, if some people they really bo chap one, don't care one. CPF not my money lah, use lah, just use lah, don't care. Anyway, I will stay in this house forever. Then it's fine, no problem. Then don't waste, you can stop this video here, don't need to watch already. Can go to sleep. All right, so that means to say, right, you think that CPF is not your money anyway, so you just use all into your HDB. Then anyway, you're also not going to sell your HDB for the remaining of your life. then also never mind. Then don't bother doing about the partial refund thing. Okay, so just stay put in that house forever until you pass on, until you pass on to your next children, until you return your IC, not you return, your children help you the return to IC to the authority, and then your CPF and your property and everything also pass on to your next generation already, right? But of course, like I said again, old flat at some point of time you will experience the least decay effect, right? It's happening already. Places like old estate, Ang Mo Kio, Clementi, Toa Payoh, you can really find old flats happening already. Okay. So yep, today I just do a quick sharing until now. Hopefully everyone watching can understand what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So for people who just come in, please help like and share if you find this post useful. And then if let's say you have not done so, please like my Facebook page so that every time I go live, right, you will be notified of it. As much as possible, like I mentioned again, I like to do this on a daily basis, 10 p.m. So do watch out the space. Yep, I will do my final goodbyes for today. Everybody, be happy, stay healthy. All right. Make more money. Okay. All right. What? Okay. I put my face bigger. I say my blessing again. All right. Okay. So everybody be happy, stay healthy. All right. Make more money. Okay. What? Okay. Make more money so you can buy properties. All right. Then you buy properties, you know who to look for. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. If there's not much comments, not much questions, I will say my final goodbye. Everybody, good night. Good night. Good night.